But getting into kind of the offense and the way that Lamar Jackson has been playing and reports about practice, the big note was that there were certain interceptions. If you guys don't know, our offensive coordinator, Mr. Todd Monken.
Yeah.
So his, one of the most recent quarterbacks he coached in the NFL was Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is one of the most notorious. He may be the most notorious pick thrower in NFL history. 30 for 30. That's Jameis right there. That was not under Todd Monken, by the way. That was under Bruce Arians, but Todd Monken coached Jameis. Jameis threw a lot of picks. Lamar Jackson is now throwing a lot of picks. I want to talk about why it's good that Lamar's throwing picks. I'm not trying to blast him. Joshua, talk about kind of this idea of Lamar's throwing picks, but that's actually a good thing, and the offense is actually growing by him doing that. What do you think about this whole situation?
Well, one thing for certain, two things for sure. Everybody, they're going to pass the ball come this fall. Let's go ahead and address that first. The ball is going to be tossed around. So when you hear about Anthony Brown throwing the pick, Josh Johnson throwing the pick, even Snoop throwing the pick, it's okay. But I know people. I've seen people say, "Oh, with Lamar throwing 4 picks, it better be on national TV." I know people are like that because we hear about Dak Prescott throwing picks in practice. Which Dak Prescott, he's not all that great. I know Cowboy fans, y'all watch it, whatever. I love y'all because y'all watching us. Cleveland Brown fans, Deshaun Watson still out there throwing picks, and then he didn't had a full off season of working out, getting acclimated with his wide receivers, and no allegations on his back. So he's been clear free, just football on his mind, still throwing picks. So and these guys have been working with some of the same offensive coordinators for the past couple of years. I think the only person that maybe had to switch up along with us is Dak Prescott. So I believe Kellen Moore left them.
He has. He's with the Chargers now.
Okay, so even before Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott was still throwing picks. It didn't matter who the offensive coordinator. That was his MO. But anyway, back to Lamar. Lamar has never thrown 4 in the game. It's 4 in practice. At the end of the day, if you play a competitive sport, if you own offense, defense, iron sharpens iron. These guys are here to make each other better. This is now Lamar Jackson's 6th year. So with us knowing that the ball is going to be thrown more in the offensive scheme that we're trying to bring about, this is going to make Lamar Jackson either A, elevate as a QB and learn how to read the offenses and reading the defenses and breaking down schemes, or he folds under the pressure and he becomes the next Jameis Winston throwing 30 for 30. Because touchdowns will be thrown. But I feel like, with the type of offense that Monken is trying to create and trying to build, this is gonna be a growth period for this offense and also for Lamar Jackson as a QB in the NFL, because that's what he want to be, a passing quarterback in the NFL. And I feel like he can get the job done. But this is the steps he's going to have to take. And let's think about it too. Those were situational interceptions as well, 3rd and long. The defense is supposed to be pinning their ears back, playing those homes, reading the eyes of the QB, and doing what they're supposed to do. So shout out to the defense for making the offense work harder and shutting them out.
Yeah, and I think this offense, it's complex. It's a new system. You're playing in a new system. The entire offense is in a new system. Half the team is brand new. Like Lamar's never thrown to half these guys. He's new throwing to Odell. He's new throwing to Zay. He's barely thrown to Isaiah Likely, and now he's actually throwing real routes. That's something that's going to take a little bit of time, but he's going to throw more picks this year than he has in the past. Why? Because they're going to throw the ball more. And this is going to be a more risk-taking offense. It's not going to be checkdowns to Patrick Ricard. It's going to be deep shots to Odell, deep shots to Bateman, deep shots to Zay Flowers. It's going to be a lot more complicated. It's going to result in more yards. It's also going to result in more interceptions, and that's okay. We have to understand that in order to get better, you have to make mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. And, Joshua brought it up. Todd Monken said it, right? It's not good right now. And it doesn't have to be good week 1, right? Todd Monken was not a 1-year test. This is a multi-year plan to get the Ravens under Lamar Jackson to become a pass-heavy team, and that is going to start off with some interceptions. And you're also playing against one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think that's so undervalued, right? There was a practice in Jimmy Garoppolo's, I believe, first practice back after his injury. He played with the San Francisco 49ers, and he had 5 consecutive interceptions. And everyone said, oh no, the Niners messed up. Like, they're paying Jimmy Garoppolo so much money. He looks horrible. You know what Jimmy G did that year? He took him to the Super Bowl because they had one of the best defenses since the Legion of Boom. Probably the best defense since the Legion of Boom that year. You can just recognize, hey, you're going up against Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith. Oh, those are all elite football players that know you're going to be passing and have practiced against you plenty of times, and they know their system. Whereas Lamar's like, that's like going into a basketball game and you're playing with randoms and you're going up against a squad that's known each other for 5 years. Like, they're going to know what they're doing. You're going to turn the ball over. You're going to make the wrong pass. Like, that's just what happens when you're new. Eventually you could get it together. You could end up being better, but it takes time. And that's what these first preseason games are about.
And also, McConnell, let's go ahead and shout out our young gun, Kyle Hamilton, and get Mark Andrews frustrated that day too.
We do love to see that. As a big Kyle Hamilton fan, I love to see that.
We love to hear that good news, man. We know, like, honestly, it's great to see those things and how they're playing out. So it's like, we know what to expect, what's to come, and we're playing against a lot of teams. And we look at if we look at our regular season schedule, damn near half the teams that we playing against holds the ball, they bomb it out. We'll have Cincinnati. We hope. Even though I don't like Joey B, I hope he has a speedy recovery. We see him, and we see him in company during the regular season, and he gonna get this work. But it's just interesting. And we got the Jets. I believe we got the Jets in the regular season as well. Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and company. A lot of different QBs that bomb the ball out. And they got them deep threats. They got those wide receivers that work under the numbers and things of that nature. It's great. It's great to hear that because constantly, everybody wants Lamar Jackson to be a QB. We hear about Lamar Jackson not getting the check downs, not be able to check the ball, check the play down, or call the audibles. Todd Monken has challenged this. He has challenged him since day one, since he signed the contract. They done locked in together. They're doing film study together. He's now took the wristband from Lamar and say, yo, you want the keys? Remember this playbook. Read the defense. See what's out there. Make your reads and go. Like, it's going to be interesting to see not interesting. It's going to be to see the growth of Lamar and also this offense. And and I feel like this is the success of this offense falls on everyone on that side of the ball, not just Lamar Jackson. I feel like it falls down to wide receivers, the offensive line, running backs, everyone, and even Todd Monken as well. To just see how he coaches and stay cool, calm, and collect, when we're down, and see how Lamar and company execute as well.
Definitely.